Hello and welcome back to Salesforce Hulk. From the past few months, we have received lots of comments to continue our LWC series. So here we are. Today we are excited to announce that we are continuing our LWC series. So far in this series, we have covered what is LWC, how to create our first LWC component, and we have also covered concepts like SLDS, data binding, and in the last video, we have discussed decorators and their types. Now, in this video, we will understand the first decorator, the wire decorator. We will explore what it is and demonstrate how to practically implement it. Let's get started. So, what exactly a wire decorator is? It is a decorator which allows us to call our PEX method from an LWC component. Now, when we need a wire decorator, basically whenever we want to retrieve our data from a database by calling our PEX method, we need wire decorator. For an example, so let's say we need top 5 account records which are having high revenue. So these top 5 account records needs to be displayed within an LWC component. Now, in order to do that, here we need wire decorator. So what exactly a wire decorator is going to do? Wire decorator is going to call a PEX method. This PEX method is responsible for returning list of 5 account records having high revenue. So that is what we need to implement. So let's begin. We need to create total of 3 things. First one, an LWC component itself. Second, an PEX class. And third one, a tab which is going to display this LWC component. So let me name this LWC component as top 5 accounts, and or I can name it high revenue accounts. The PEX class which we are going to create, let's give it a name, account controller. And within this PEX class, we are going to create a method, get high revenue account records. Now, the third thing which we need to create is simply a lightning component tab, which is going to display this LWC component. So let's begin. So first of all, I am creating the LWC component, which I am naming with high revenue accounts. Second, I have already created an account controller. Now within this account controller, I need to define a method with name get high revenue account records. So this particular PEX method is going to return list of account records. Let me check here. Yeah, so this is something which we need to write it in the catch block. Here. Let me give an annotation here, order enabled. Now, what is the reason why I am using this annotation here? So let me tell you all about this annotation and the various things which we need to do. So basically, after creating all these three things, Obviously, we'll be creating the Lightning component tab in some time. We have only created these two things. But what exactly we need to do in order to connect the Apex class with this LWC component? We will be using wire decorator, right? This wire decorator needs to be imported from the LWC module, like I'll show you here in the JavaScript file. Here we have Lightning element, which is a base class which we are importing from LWC module. The same way we need to import wire as well from this LWC module. This LWC module is a Lightning Web Component core module which consists of all the decorators. And one of the decorator which we are importing right now is wire. Right? This wire will be responsible for calling this Apex method. Right? But for calling this Apex method, obviously we need to import this Apex method as well. So all the Apex methods which we create are also stored in a module. And that module name is @Salesforce/Apex. So this is the name of the module in which whatever the Apex classes we create are available, right? So from this module, we are going to import the Apex class. Yeah, so this is the module name, @Salesforce/Apex, and here is the account controller, and the method name which we had given is get high revenue account records, right, which we have to write it down just after this. So what we have done is we have imported a method from an Apex class account controller, which itself is there in this @Salesforce/Apex module. So we have to use this syntax specifically. Again, right? So here I have written import. Then here you can mention any short name or any meaningful name for the method which you are importing, and then from keyword. And just after that you have to specify the Salesforce/Apex module. And within that, as we have account controller, so we have to specify that after the slash. And then we have to specify with the dot notation the method name. So this is what the syntax of importing any Apex method from this module. Now, after doing both of these things, importing wire decorator and importing the Apex method, Apex class method, we need to call it. So for calling, again there is a syntax. Within a class, within the LWC class, you need to write it down in this fashion. @wire, as it is a decorator, and then we have to specify brackets. Within the brackets, we have to specify the method which we have imported, which in this case is get high revenue account records. So we have to specify the method name, and then we have to specify the parameters in the form of object, or I can say JSON. Like there will be a key which will be the method parameter name, and there will be a value. So in this case, if I'll check my Apex controller, this Apex class method get high revenue account records is not having any parameter. So we need not have to put any parameter here. Yeah. So here in this, we are not going to use any parameter. So there will be no comma and no object needs to pass in this wire decorator method, right? So after this, after @wire and then the method name within the brackets, we have to specify a parameter or a handler. Not a parameter, basically a property or a handler. Either we can specify here any property which will be having that data, which will get the response assigned to it. Whenever this method get called, the property will be assigned with the values, with the response. Or we can specify here the handler method, which will be handling the response which we are going to get after the method call. So any of these two things you can use. Best practice says you have to use the handler here, so that in case of errors, you can handle the error properly, show it to the user in a proper manner. So it's better to always use a handler instead of a property just after a wire. So there are two syntax. Either you specify a handler here, which is going to handle the response. This is syntax number 1, let's say, which is good to use. And the syntax number 2 is @wire, then the method name, and then below that a property which will be getting the response assigned to it. Right, you have to specify a property. So any of these syntax you can use. This is syntax number 1. So we will be following the best practice and we will be using the above syntax, which is the handler one. Here I am going to use within the class, LWC class, I am going to write @wire, and then in the brackets I am going to specify the method. And there is no need of any parameter here, so we will not do any comma and then the curly braces. We will directly specify just after specifying the @wire and the method name. We will be specifying here the handler. Get accounts handled, or handler we can say. Now this response, we need to understand now that this response consists of two things. First of all, the format of this response is always going to be an object like curly braces, and it will be consisting of two properties: error with some value assigned to it, and data with some value assigned to it. So basically, whenever this wire is going to call this apex method, we are going to get a response, and with that response this particular method will get called, this particular handler will get called. This particular handler will be having that response which consists of error and data. Because there is a possibility of getting an error in an apex method, that's why there is a property error is there. If there is no error occurred, then obviously the value to this property is going to be undefined. And when there is, there will be some data obviously. In case of error, if there is some error, then obviously data is going to be undefined. So this is case number 1, which can occur, and this is case number 2. So there is a high possibility that this case can also occur. So what we need to do is, here in this handler we need to consider all the cases, and accordingly we have to write the code. So what we will be doing is, we will be first of all creating two variables. One is data, second is error. And what we are going to do is, we will be assigning both of them with the data and the error within this response variable, within this response parameter. So data will get assigned with the data property in this response variable, and error will get assigned with the error property. It's similar like I am creating a variable in this way, data, and I am assigning it response dot data, and error variable I am creating and assigning it error. So it's similar to that itself, right? So that I have done in a single line. This is called as destructuring. This is called destructuring. So after destructuring, we have two variables, one which is data and second is error. So if in case of error, what we are going to do, we are simply going to print that into the console. For that we will be using console.error, and here we are going to put this error variable, and we will be returning from this method. As in case of error, we need not have to move ahead. But if there is data, we are getting some data, then we will be assigning that data to a property. So let me create a property here. Let's say that I'll name it as accounts to display. Let's give this name to this particular property, and it's going to be initially an empty array. Make sure you initialize it. It reduces the risk of errors. And then if we are getting the data inside this method, inside this handler, then in that case, that data will be assigning to this property. I hope it is clear till now. Now we are moving ahead in our to the Apex class. In the Apex class, we are going to correct the whole syntax and everything here. So we have this Apex class with which sharing keyword, and the class name is account controller, and here I have used Aura enabled. Now let me tell you, if we are not going to use Aura enabled on top of this method, then this Aura enabled, this particular method get high revenue account records will not gonna be available for this LWC component. So Aura enables or opens door for this LWC component to access this particular Apex method of this Apex class. Right? Hope you got this. So after this, after Aura enabled, we'll be writing cacheable equals true. This is something which we have to use in case of wire approach. When we are calling Apex method on component load using wire approach, then there is a need of using cacheable equals true. Without that, your code is not going to work. And what exactly this cacheable equals true do? Whatever this Apex method is going to return, it's going to return list of account records, right? So that is going to get stored into the cache memory so that the speed of fetching the data will get reduced, and whenever there is a need of data, the data will simply going to come from the cache memory itself. So that is the reason behind using cacheable equals true. And this is something which we use in case of wire to store the data within the cache. What data? The data which this method is going to return. Now here I am going to return data. So for getting some data, we need to write down here a query, a SQL query, select ID, name, annual revenue, from account, and here as I only need 5 records, so I'm going to put here limit 5, and I want top or high revenue account records. So for that I'll be doing order by annual revenue field. I'll put this keyword descending keyword so that the data will come in descending order, and I'll do nulls last so that null record will not come at the very top, right? So here we have return keyword, and after that we are returning list of records, basically querying some records of account object, total 5 records in descending order according to the annual revenue. In case of error, this try block, if there is any error comes, then obviously it's going to go into the catch block and it's going to throw the error. So that's about this account controller, right? Let's deploy this account controller first. And now let's move back to our HTML part, the front end part. Here we have the JavaScript code done, where we are calling a Apex method, handling the error if in case of error, and handling the data in case of data is getting retrieved. So this particular property is going to have the data accounts to display. So this particular property we have to use in our HTML, right, in order to display the data. Here I'm going to use lightning card. And here in the lightning card, we will be displaying the data which is there in this accounts to display. But accounts to display is a list. So what exactly we need to use? We need to use template for each. And for item, in the template for each, we will be using this property accounts to display, which will be having arrays of account records. And in the for item, we are going to specify the variable name which will be holding each and every item within the list when the traversing is going to take place in the front end part in this HTML using for template for each. Now here we have to specify the key which is accounts.id. As I have used accounts.id, here assigned to this key property, the reason is that accounts.id is going to be unique. So we have to always assign unique value to this key attribute. Now moving ahead, here I'll be displaying some data like account.name and account.annual revenue. Yeah, so that's all. Now let's simply deploy this component. Yeah, one more thing is remaining here. We need to set here the target. We need to expose. We need to change is exposed from false to true, and then we have to set the targets Lightning tab. Now finally we can deploy this component. Now in this org, we are going to create a Lightning component tab. That is the third thing which we need to create, right? Lightning component tab. So in order to create that, we need to go to setup. In the quick find box, we have to search for tabs. And here, under this Lightning component tab, there is a button, new button. I'll click on this. Here I'll select my component, which is high revenue accounts. Here I'll give the name high revenue accounts. Selecting the tab style. So let's see now. If I'll search here high revenue accounts component tab, here we have the high revenue accounts, right, with their name and annual revenue. Of course, the UI is not that good. We can make it better by using Lightning component library. I am leaving that particular thing as a task to you guys. You can try it out. So you can see what exactly our wire is doing. Wire decorator is fetching the data. Wire decorator is fetching the data by just calling the Apex method, which we have imported from this @Salesforce/Apex module. I hope it is clear to you. In the next video, we are going to understand another approach, which is an alternative of wire decorator, which is basically imperative approach of directly calling the Apex methods in order to retrieve data on even button click or any situation which wire does not support. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Salesforce Hulk for more insightful videos.